It is time for the hottest segment in all of pickleball podcasting, and that is the Pros Asking Pros Questions segment. And this first question comes from one of our favorite pickleball players from the land down under. Here's a question from Morgan Evans.
G'day, Andrea. How you doing? Hope you're staying safe out there. My question to you is pretty simple. Meghan Markle, the now Duchess of Sussex, was once the lead actress in a corporate law show called Suits. Now, the word around the campfire is the show's storyline was loosely based on your rise to fame in corporate law. Is that true? Also, who's your favorite character? Take care.
No, that was not true. I don't even do corporate law. But I think I've only seen a couple of those episodes, and I can say that solving a big, giant legal problem in 45 minutes is not a thing. Yeah, I only have seen a couple of those episodes because now that I'm a lawyer, it really bothers me to watch lawyer shows because I take them all much too literally, and I'm like, no, that can't happen. No, definitely, that's awful. One of my favorite shows was Mr. Robot, and my husband has the opposite problem because he's into tech and IT, and he's like the same thing. He's like, why do you watch that stupid show? None of that's realistic. So that's how I feel about Suits.
This next question comes from one of the top female pros in the game. Here's the question from Lindsey Newman.
Hi, Andrea. Question. Who's your celebrity crush?
That's so funny. Oh, it's definitely Rihanna. I love Rihanna.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Can't go wrong there.
I thought you were going to segue back to Gosling here at this point. And apparently,
I should have. You're right.
Matt, I think that's your celebrity crush, Matt, to be honest with you.
Yeah. That's what I'm picking up.
It takes me a 15% bomber to admit that I have a celebrity crush on Ryan Gosling.
All right. This next question comes from a great friend of ours, and that is the lovely and talented Catherine Parenteau.
Hi, Eddie. Hi, Webby. Hi, Andrea. I hope you're all doing well. What is your favorite tournament of the year, Andrea?
Oh, well, that's easy. I'm a little biased. The Beer City Open for sure.
I thought you would say that. So let's say the Beer City Open didn't exist. What would your answer be then?
Nationals. Like I said, I love to go out to Indian Wells, playing as a pickleball player now, but I got to play as a tennis player, so it brings back a lot of memories. My sister Maggie and I like to go to Palm Springs, and I don't even know the name of it, but there's a Mexican restaurant there that we like to eat way too many chips and drink margaritas at too. It's
called the Olive Garden. It's the Olive Garden.
Yes, you're right. The Olive Garden Mexican restaurant. You're right.
Mary, will you comment, Mary, if it's the Olive Garden in Palm Springs, please? Is that?
So let's go on to this next question. The next question is probably one of the deepest and most serious questions we've ever had on the Pros Asking Pros Questions segment, and it comes from our good friend, KaSandra Gehrke.
What up, girl? Have you ever taken advantage of being alone in a public place and farted as loud as you can?
I don't think so, but I don't know. Don't hold me under oath for that.
So this next question comes from somebody who knows Andrea very well, possibly more than any other pro player, and that is Andrea's sister, Maggie Remynse Chou.
Hi, this is Maggie Remynse Chou, here to ask my sister Andrea a question. Andrea, what happened at the 2018 Las Vegas Open?
Oh, wow. A lot happened there. But I think she's most specifically referring to when one of the cactuses jumped out and bit me. I don't remember what these things are called now, but they had cactuses all around the facility, and luckily we were done. I was done for the day. We were done playing. I was done for the tournament, done for the day. We were just trying to watch a match, but I got too close to one of these cactuses, and to be fair, I was trying to maneuver into areas that were roped off, so it was on me. But the cactuses are live plants, and I guess all plants are alive, but these things are really alive. If you get too close to them, I did not touch it, but if you get too close, they sense your body heat and they shoot off needles. And this thing shot off a lot of needles. It bit me hard. I had hundreds of needles in my thighs and my legs, but it was the most painful experience that I can't remember a more painful experience. As the day went on, though, the worst part was had a 5 a.m. type flight in the morning, and Maggie left on the red eye, so she wasn't there for this, but woke up at 3 a.m. ish to get to my flight, look in the bed, and I swore there were bed bugs all over the bed because there were cactus needles all over the bed. And I woke up, I screamed because I thought I was sleeping in a bed bug bed. But after getting my whereabouts and figuring it out, no, it's just a bunch of cactus needles all over the bed. So thank you, Maggie, for letting me relive that.
I went to that 2019 tournament of that version, and I'm not exaggerating. Every 30 minutes they announce, "Please don't get close to the cacti." They they literally do it now. Last year, that's all they kept saying, and I was like, "Who is touching all these cacti?" And then now I hear full circle.
That's why I didn't touch it, but I got too close to it and it bit me hard.
Oh,
you think they would just get rid of them, or I mean, if they're hurting people, there's a balance here between nice decoration and plants that bite people. It seems ridiculous.
Can't answer that. I can't answer that. It bit me hard. I'll leave it at that.
So this next question comes from one of our all-time favorites. Here is a two-part question from the one and only Irina Tereshenko.
Hey, Eddie and Webby. Hi, Andrea. Irina Tereshenko is here, your doubles partner and house guest for the Beer City Open. I hope you're doing well and enjoying the summer in Michigan. I know in the past you were a very accomplished tennis player at UCLA and a national champion. So my question is whether or not you brought any routines from tennis into pickleball. And if yes, what are they? Competitive routines.
Probably not competitive routines, but I sweat profusely, and I did in tennis, and I do when I go running or do any type of exercise class, and unfortunately I still do in pickleball, so I have to wear wristbands and towel off all the time, otherwise I can't hold my paddle. And that was the thing in tennis too, otherwise the tennis racket would slip out of me. It's not really a competitive routine, and I wish I didn't have to do it, but I have to do it.
Now it's time for question number 2 from Irina.
Also, you're one of the tournament directors for the Beer City Open, one of the most prestigious tournaments on the pickleball circuit. What do you and your team do year after year to keep the event relevant? Share some of your secrets. Thank you. Bye.
So that's a good one. Actually, we work really hard every year. I mean, so we try to do an upgrade at Belknap Park every year so that when you come back for whatever year, if you would have come back for year 3 this year, people would have noticed that there are no generators there. The electricity at the park was updated this year. So when I say updated, what I mean was we were going to have electricity for the first time, and we weren't going to need generators. So, and then 2018 to 2019's upgrades, we added shade structures between all of the different courts. So every year we do try to do a little bit of upgrades. All the proceeds from the Beer City Open go directly back into Belknap Park. It's a nonprofit. It's a community park in Grand Rapids, and Paul, Matt, and I were all volunteers. So everything that we do goes back into the park so that the 700-ish pickleball players in Grand Rapids can have a bigger and better facility every year, and then the Beer City Open can benefit year after year from that facility. So that's one way we do it. And then besides upgrades to the facility, we are trying to bring in more sponsors every year and increase the pro prize pool. So this year, again, we didn't have it, but had we had it, our plan and our intent was to have a pro prize pool of $25,000 as compared to last year when we had 16.5. And besides just for the pros, we always try to get some great gifts for the amateurs or for everybody who plays. We were supposed to have Beer City Open towels, and Paul worked really hard on them. Yeah, they were pretty awesome. And exactly, Matt's showing off his parent growler right now. All the winners at the tournament, whether you're in pro or amateur, get a growler from Parent Brewing. That was going to happen again this year. Yes.
I wasn't a winner, but Simone was nice enough to give me this before she left last year's Beer City Open. So I'm going to show this off very proudly.
Do it. Fair enough. Yeah. So, and then this shows you how I don't even know what the right word is, but Paul ordered 600 1-ounce bottles with our logo, Beer City Open logo, of hand sanitizer. But he ordered these in like January. He ordered these well before COVID. He was totally on top of it. So we had all of that to give out to everybody this year, and we're going to hold on to it for next year. It'll still be good, but we work hard every year to make it a bigger and better event. We want our facility to be better, and we want all of our gifts. We want everybody who comes to the Beer City Open, whether they win the tournament, don't win a match, win one match, we want them to have a good experience. Another thing we added last year, everybody who played the tournament got lunch from Jimmy John's. Jimmy John's is a great sponsor for us, and they provided lunch for everybody who played every day. If you played, you got lunch from Jimmy John's that day, and they were going to be back this year, and they've already signed on for 2021, which we're really excited about. And so you'll have to play in 2021, Irina, to see what we add next year.
And this next question comes from one of the best singles players in all of pickleball. And this is for both Andrea and Matt. Here's the question from Tyson McGuffin.
Matt and Andrea, what's up? My question for you guys is, how did your boy from the Pacific Northwest hang with the Grand Rapids crew last year during 4th of July? By the way, thanks for Leia Jansen.
You guys, I need some context here, okay? So I don't know when Tyson shot this video, but he sent it this morning. It's like 7:30 in the morning local time, West Coast. So he's what was he in a hot tub there? What was going on in that video? It's 7:30 in the morning. He's already shirtless. Does Tyson McGuffin just live shirtless? I feel like
that's just Tyson.
Yeah, I feel
Tyson
like we
being Tyson.
He's always shirtless.
Instagram, always shirtless. Always just like there's no thought to like his Instagram stories. He's just like, I'm showing everything. I love it. And then that hot tub, man, that hot tub is only second to Hugh Hefner's at this point.
Right? Yeah, seriously. If Tyson isn't the poster boy for why anybody wouldn't want to become a pro pickleball player, I don't know what is.
True enough. True. I think that this is a question more for Matt because I am the boring one in the group. And last year we had a lot of fun on the 4th of July. And our friend Shane had us over to his lake, and it was a great day. But I'm not used to having that much fun. We'll put it that way.
He can hang with the best of them. That's why. Tyson's Tyson, man, but he can hang well, and I give a shout out to Shane Stokes. He's a pro player as well too here in Grand Rapids, and he provided all the sun and all the fun on a boat to be able to provide for anyone at that point. And it's just fun. Actually, I was saying that this is crazy because last year at this time it was like from 4th of July to the parent pre-party, and then Beer City Open, and then it was all these things. It just felt like it just rolled, and then all of a sudden it was like, oh, it's already over? And so then you already look forward to like, okay, don't worry, next summer it's going to be back again. And then it's like, no, pandemic. There's no pickleball whatsoever. So it's a bummer, and as you mentioned, it's just going to make for an even better 2021.
So speaking of Shane Stokes, this next question is actually from Shane Stokes, and this one is for Matt.
Grandmaster, what's up, buddy? One question I have for you. Actually, I have two questions. What would be the number one venue that you'd want to do stand-up comedy at? And number two, who is the number one male and female pickleball player?
Oh God, the number one venue. Probably two of them. There's all these stories from these two venues. The most historic venue is in Los Angeles on the Sunset Strip. It's called the Comedy Store. It's kind of where everybody in the early Carson days used to go to get discovered, and hopefully be able to get discovered by Carson and Carson booking agent to be able to be on Carson. Because if at that point you did a 4 to 6 minute set on Carson and it went well, your life was changed. You got to be able to be on everything. So they discovered everyone at that place, from Wobble Williams to Richard Pryor to, oh God, Sam Kinison, and all the way up towards to now to the likes of like names that you'll know out there today, from Bill Burr to Tom Segura to, Taylor Tomlinson, Eliza Schlesinger. All these people have just become amazing out of that place. But that is a factory, and there's 4 shows running at the same time every night, and I think it's amazing. But the Comedy Cellar in New York City is kind of like it's the dungeon of comedy. It's not been around as long, but everybody that's in New York really wants to go there because it's the basement of the Olive Tree Cafe, and it probably has about 100 seats in there. And if they were allowed to be open because of COVID, I bet they could maybe fit 4 people in there. And I'm not exaggerating because that's how small the confines is. But it's not uncommon for any night of the week, from Chappelle to drop in to Chris Rock to Amy Schumer, all these people. And so it's kind of where people get comedy chops. And you feel like if you can make it in either one of those places, you're the limelight of that. Oh God, number 1 and number 2. What did you say? The number 1 and number 2 pickleball players? Number 1 male, number one female?
Yep.
I'm going to be biased, just as biased as I am with the Beer City Open, and I'm going to say Tyson McGuffin and Andrea Koop, because why not, huh?
Might as well. There's no official ranking system. We're working on that, and then you won't be able to be so biased.
Yeah. And Shane is 1A for the males.
Fair. I like it.
But actually, we're going to have a live question here from Michelle Esquivel, who is beside Andrea Koop right now.
Yes. I love live questions.
What's up, guys?
What's up, Michelle?
What up, Michelle?
How's it going? Hey, I brought my beer, so cheers.
Cheers.
First of all, Andrea, thank you so much for having me, and thanks to you guys for having me. So, I get to ask a question, right?
Yes. What's your question?
Yeah. So, Andrea is such a badass attorney, and she crushes it, and it amazes me how well she does on tour. So, my question for her is, if you weren't in such a badass attorney, would you be going pro full time? And if not, what other career would you do or be into? So I'm going to pass it back to her.
Wow, she's putting me on the spot here. It's a big, I don't know if I would do pickleball full time. I think I really like my balance that I get to do it right now. It's a hobby, and every time I get to play, I don't experience the same pressure that I envision Michelle or someone who does it full time experiences. That doesn't mean that I have any idea what they experience as far as pressure, but to me, it's not my job, and I think I like it that way. I don't know that I would want to be a professional athlete full time and have that be my job. I like that I can use pickleball as my outlet, and I will say that getting into pickleball in 2017 was a big blessing for me, because I didn't know that I miss being competitive and miss competing. I didn't realize that until I started doing it, and it's great that it's part of my life, and I can't envision my life without it. But I love the way that it is, getting to practice law, be a lawyer Monday through Friday most weeks, and then play pickleball on the weekends. And this hasn't happened in 2020, but my plan was to try to play about one weekend a month, one tournament a month. So that was the plan, and it was going to be my busiest pickleball year ever. Everyone's plans for 2020 got kind of upended, but I think that's the way that I would want to play pickleball regardless, or any type of professional sport. I don't think I would be very good at it doing it full time.
Pickleball addicting and fun, that's no joke. Pickleball, and it's not just for old folks. Pickle,